Alright dudes, welcome back to the Netherrealm. Today I've got a guide for you. Now this guide is actually going to be in two parts, okay, because some people might need the information that's in part 1, some people might only need the information in part 2. So I'm going to break it up into two parts. I'll probably upload both today, so if you see this one, give it a couple hours and part 2 will probably be available. What we're going to talk about today is how to use Innocence and how to farm Innocence. In part 1 of this video we're going to talk about Innocent Farming, okay, and the tactics I use to farm Innocence and things that you should look out for and things that you should try and do in the game to maximise your Innocent haul throughout the game. Now, quick thing I want to explain before we go any further: why would you want to farm Innocence? Well, unlike gear early on in the game, you're not going to outgrow Innocence because Innocence scale items. So as you grow and get more powerful items, your Innocence are still going to be useful to you, unlike your early game weapons that you're going to bin, okay? So that is why today, first of all, we're going to talk about farming Innocence. Now, one thing that I like to do is I'll go in first of all and I'll show you exactly how you can have a look at what Innocence you've got, what Innocence you can target and stuff like that, okay? So if we go into party first of all and we look at our equipment list, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the equipment that we've got here. Now you'll notice that lots of these pieces of equipment have little red faces on them, and those are equipments that you can gain potential Innocence from, okay? So we'll start off by looking at scaled bow. Now I do have an item that I'm going to use to showcase. I've already prepared it for you to look at. So what you can see here is you've got 3 Innocence on this item, okay? You've got 2 for brain and 1 for physical. Brains usually does boost for stats like intelligence. Physical, it's like attack and defense stats, okay? So once you understand what these things are, you can start to target the ones that you're actually looking for. Now the thing about Disgaea and Innocence is some of the items actually have Innocence on them that are useless, okay? So what you need to do is you need to look at your items, see what Innocence are on there, you want to farm them to unlock them, and then what you can do is this. So I'll use Apprentice Spear as an example, okay? If we go to Apprentice Spear and we go to Innocent Transfer, we can take off the items that, the Innocence that are on an item, okay? Now I did just waste 100 HP, 200,000 HP just to show you that, but you can take those items off and you can put them into your reserve, okay, and you can store up to 200 different Innocence on in the game. Now, what you want to do to farm Innocence is a little bit, I mean it depends on the strategy you want to use, okay, but if I go into here, I'll show you that I have this item here. Where is it? Psycho Orb, where is it? Okay, now the Psycho Orb is just a common item, so it's an item that you would disregard, but if you look, there's actually a legendary Innocent on there, okay? So this is a high value Innocent that's probably got like a 6% stat boost. Now, most people would probably just bin that item without actually looking at it, but the rarity of an item doesn't dictate what Innocents are available to get from that item, okay? So what you need to be doing is you need to be checking, you need to be looking at your items, you need to be seeing what's on there, if it's got any high value Innocence or any Innocence that you specifically want, like if you want strength boosting Innocence or if you want HP boosting Innocence, make sure you farm the Innocent and get it off that item before you sell that item, okay? It's very important because later in the game you're going to get a lot of use for these Innocents, okay? Now, I've actually got this one prepared. I'm on the stage where the Innocent is, so I'll go in just now and we'll attempt to subdue the Innocent orb. That's the one, item world. You can also do that as well. If you're looking at an item, you can just press item world, shortcut, it'll take you right there, okay? So we're going to double check to just make sure that's selected. Psycho Orb, which should be here. Yep, it's selected. So we're going to go into the item world. Okay, battle. Now I've got my auto subdue turned off. I do use my gems to get auto subdue tickets, which makes life a lot easier. So we're going to auto just now, this will take us up to the final stage with the Innocent, and we can attempt to subdue it. Now obviously you can bribe Innocents and pretty much guarantee that you can grab them, but those items aren't really farmable, so they can be quite a major resource that you want to hold on to, because obviously you do also use them in the Dark Assembly. So here we go, we're currently at the Innocent, and I have an affinity rate of 49 out of 100, which basically means RNG says I have a 49% chance of subduing this Innocent in an RNG roll. So what we'll try and do is we will try and subdue the Innocent here. See if we get him. Ah! First time. So I'll just finish off this stage and I'll show you one other thing that I like to look at when I am farming my Innocents, okay? So we will turn off auto advance just now because I don't want to finish this one off just yet. Okay, come on, let's go. I'm doing this live, so I need to wait for these actual stages to finish. Okay, so cool, we are finished with that stage, and here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, game. Right, so you can see there that I netted the common Innocent. I'm actually curious to see if, in fact, you know what? We'll do the next level, and I'll just tell you verbally what we are going to be doing, okay? So we'll go back in here. Hopefully we can get the legendary. No, auto advance. Right, fine. So what I like to do is, because like I've shown you there, that items, regardless of rarity, you can net yourself some high level Innocence from them. What I like to do is each day I'm going to buy 10 items from the item store, because I want to use that lucky lottery ticket. I want to try and take a spin at the wheel to see if we can get anything good. Oh, there's the Innocent right away. That's quite handy. Okay, so I'll explain what I was saying. So what I like to do is I like to go into that item shop and I like to pick up 10 random items. Hopefully I can pick up legendary items, because they give me a bit more room to grind, and I've got the potential of picking up more Innocence from them. But if I've got to just pick up standard common items, I have a look to see what ones have got the most Innocence. So if I can pick up one with, say, 3 Innocence, that is the one I choose to pick up. And I'll buy generally 10 of those a day. I'll have a look at them, see what Innocence are on there. If there's rare or legendary Innocence, I'll take them off. If they're just common Innocence that I particularly don't want, then I'll just sell the item. However, if they are stats that I do want, so if they're physical, if they are base, something like that, then I will go in and I will grind them and I'll take those Innocents off. So we'll go to the Innocent, we'll try and subdue. Oh my god. Right, they just love me today. Both Innocents get subdued, no problem at all, without bribes. So, but in typical fashion, while I'm recording, the Innocent decides it wants to be very cooperative and just jump straight into my box, okay? So that is now complete. Let's just check and see what we get from that Innocent, okay? So that Innocent is giving us, here we go, a 5.6% defense boost, okay? Now that was a legendary Innocent sitting on a common item. As you can see here, it's a completely common item. It's not a very high rarity, there's nothing special about it at all, and most people would have just sold that item without looking. So it is important that you check these things, guys, because there can be some really good Innocents sitting on items for you, and you've just sold them without even looking properly, okay? So again, just to confirm one final time, how you do this is if you see they've got the little red faces on them, just go in and look at the item and it will tell you the rarity, and it will also tell you what stats they're going to be looking at boosting. So again, physical is things like attack and defense, brain is stuff like intelligence. Let's see if we can show you one or two of the other ones just now. We've seen physical already. There you go. Foundation is stuff like your HP. So again, if you target the things that you want, you can walk away with a lot of good Innocence. Now, in part 2 of this video, I'm going to explain to you why you should care about Innocence and how to properly allocate Innocence, because a lot of people get confused about how to actually use them. And in part 2 of this video, I am going to explain how you use your Innocence most effectively, okay? Guys, I've been Hayzink. Please like this video if you would. It really helps me to grow the channel. Subscribe again if you want to see more content, and sound off in the comments down below if you want to have a chat. But anyways, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the content. I will catch you on the next Disgaea RPG video. See you later, dudes.